Okay, so welcome back to part two. So, remember I was explaining to you about how uh the error code 101 and E100 kept popping up because uh it wouldn't go through the update. Well, when I finally got through that update, that first update, when I fixed it the first time, the update applied, but uh oh, sorry, I just dropped Overwatch. Not on this, on the disk side, but uh yeah, I fixed it and it applied the update, and then when it went and applied that second, when it got to the second update, it came back. That's when I got that one. That's when I got my first error code, and it was what was it? I think it was E101. I think something like that. E101 to 102. It kept getting different error codes, but uh, I'm not gonna tell the shittiest part about this all to the end, and what this all cost me, and what I could have just done to prevent this if I was able to get that Wi-Fi cord out in the first place. But I checked the hard drive. I didn't need to check it on my computer, and I know the disk drive works fine because it's reading perfectly and all that. The only problem that I ever had with this disk drive is that I would insert a disk, or sometimes it would get stuck because of the lip of the thing would catch the discs and stuff like that. I don't know if you can hear it right now, but it would do that. Or it thinks there's a disc trying to be pulled in, and it would just still do that, and it would just do it over and over, like like that. And what I've seen on YouTube, like little stuff like that, like it over trying to overread and stuff like that, could possibly cause an error code like that. But it was working just fine with it doing that before, and then with it updating like that before, uh, I didn't really have no problem. What I had was that, like I explained earlier, is that when it first started, is that it would get to 20, 22, 23, and then it would just like this light would blink two times and go like that three times, and then it would just turn off, which led me to believe it was some short or something, or some issue. Well, I didn't think it was like some short. I thought it was like some issue with something inside. Was somehow taken apart or something, fixed it, and I still didn't find the problem till later on, just now, today. And uh, it got to the second update, which it downloaded, verified it, but wouldn't start applying it. It would just stay stuck on 0%. And uh, that's when the error code popped up and stuff like that. It was first error code E100, which made me believe it was this. When I found out, it more likely would pop up because of this, but then that was raising a lot of flags because it was working properly and stuff like that. This is going in and out. Uh, so I just kept like boggling my mind over it, like what the hell is wrong? Could have been a loose cable or something like that, or what have you. So what I tried was rebooting it multiple times, blinking it to safe mode or where I think it's safe mode, where the screen gets like super small and stuff like that. Or I mean, not super small, like, well, it does get smaller. It gets low resolution, like 1640. I mean, yeah, 1640 by 1420p, I think. And that's also what was happening with me when I first got this issue. Is when I thought it was something wrong with the cable or something, like it was broken and they couldn't read it, or like something got corrupted and it converted it. Changed it back to, or changed it to that. I'm like, what the hell is wrong? What's going on? Why can't I change it back to 1080? And when I finally got the update through, I had to go all the way to my settings and change it back and stuff like that. And yeah, it resolved it for like a day or two till I got off. I mean, cut my stream. I thought, well, maybe. Then I was like, well, maybe it could be a power issue, because like it said if you got plugged in surge protector. Well, I do got a surge protector, but it's not like a really advanced surge protector. It's just like your average cheap knockoff surge protector with a little switch and stuff like that. It's just mainly like an extension cord with an on and off switch. It's not really a surge protector. I have a surge protector, but I don't use it. But it's like it mainly happened when it plugged into there or something like that, without plugging into the wall, and it still happened. And it was like it was only didn't happen, or like it didn't go to 1440. I mean the super low resolution until I plugged it in there. So I thought it was like booting in the safe mode, because like surges or stuff like that. And then I was like, well, maybe the only reason why I got through it was because I took it somewhere else and plugged it into a different outlet, directly into my wall or something like that. And maybe I just got lucky to go through it. So I tried it again, and the only difference was it didn't blink and blink and blink 3 times and go off. But then sometimes it would still do it. So I'm like, well, it can't be the wall. So my the next solution I tried was to troubleshoot it, but like I couldn't really do anything, because like I was stuck not being able to connect my controller the whole time, because like it wouldn't sync at all. The sync button wouldn't work and stuff like that. Like, even no matter when I tried to pressing my controller was the only thing that would try to go into sync mode. So I thought maybe the sync was broken on here or something like that, but I'm like, that's not possible, because it was working a while back. And if it was something like that, well, then this little board right here should have like a fault in it or something, and the rest of these buttons should be acting up or something. And I wasn't having problems like that. I mean, yeah, I do have problems with the sync button where it doesn't work sometimes, but that's like, I'm thinking mainly because this board's old and it's wearing out, but I didn't think it's the sync button that's causing the problem. And when that didn't work, well, when I finally got it working, which like last night, I think, which was what gave me this glimmer of hope to try this again, is because like, well, here it wasn't doing the blinking thing no more, and it at least stayed on. I could get to stay on, and then I could get to sync, and it wouldn't turn off when I tried to sync it. I mean, I take it back. I think the Xbox the sync button did work, but it wouldn't sync at all. And when I got it to sync, oh boy, you betcha I tried to fix this. So today, when I tried to take it apart, well, no, I didn't take it apart till after I tried the offline system update. because I wasn't going to try to reset it unless it was a last resort. And so I went on my computer, downloaded a OSU1 file. I mean, I'm pretty sure it had to be like a newer version. I mean, that could have been the reason why I got the E101 code. That's the only time when I got the E101 is when I tried the offline system update, and it would start applying, then got to like 1%, then immediately like failed. So I'm like, well, I'm thinking maybe I downloaded the wrong one. I'm like, well, I can't go back and download the other one because I only have one computer and someone was using it. I mean, I have other computers but not mine. I can't use them. And mine's is like currently out of service right now. My laptop. And yeah, I tried that, and then what was it? I think I tried. It was one other thing I tried, and it didn't work. So I was just like, F it. I just was like gonna wing it and try to see if I could reset it or something. Cause I was like, at this point, I don't even care. I can just re-download everything. But when I went to go reset it, it wouldn't reset. When I pressed the option to reset and keep all my games and apps, it would just freeze up, and the controller did that thing where it doesn't sync, where well, it's like the sync just like cut off or something, and it just started blinking like it wasn't connecting to my Xbox. So I tried pressing the sync button and it won't work or whatever, like it wasn't responding at all. And then it did the blinky blink 3 times again, and then shut off again. I'm like, so I don't even know what the hell's going on. I'm like, I tried everything, and I'm like, is my console like literally bricked? Because like it can't be the disk drive, and like the only thing I'm thinking is like corrupt data on the hard drive. That's where I got that idea from. So I was like, well, maybe I'm just going to take it apart and like check the hard drive or something, or see if I can transfer everything to a good hard drive. And that's what I probably should have opted to do, was check the hard drive first. I probably would have found out that it was probably in good condition, and I would have ruled out that, and then I probably wouldn't have opted to go reset. And then I tried reset and delete everything, and the first time I clicked it did try to go reset everything, but it turned off, and then it turned back on and booted right back to the update screen. And then the second time I clicked it, because I was like, well, something going on here, it's not resetting or something. And then I tried that, and the second time it just didn't. It did the same thing it did when I pressed keep my games and apps. And it just wouldn't respond at all, so I just gave up. Kept trying other things. I thought that maybe that the console wasn't closed tightly enough and the components weren't together, because I think there are sensors in here that can sense where the components are tightly together or not. Or like, I think there's a sensor here near this hard drive, and there's one under here. I think that's a sensor. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's some type of something, but it's like weird. That's like right near there, so that's why I think it's like a sensor or something. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but I think it might be, but I don't think it is. Because at first I thought it was like some sort of button or something, but you can't really do anything to it. And I thought maybe it's like some Bluetooth antenna or something like that. Or, but then again, I also think that, well, no, because that wouldn't be the case. If Bluetooth was on the Wi-Fi cord, I wouldn't be able to use my controller. So I'm not really sure. But my solution to this freaking hellish of a problem that fucking gave me a fucking migraine was this fucking sucker right here, which I took out, and I didn't really. I actually found the solution by accident when I powered the console home after I reconnected the cable. Because when I opened this console up for my second time to check to see if maybe it was a disk drive problem, I found that the cable was somewhat loose or wasn't connected. But I think that was only because I accidentally pulled it out when I was being a little rough trying to get this stuff off. So I wasn't really trying to take all day to find this problem, if I was even going to find a solution. And uh, I took the hard drive, well, disconnected the hard drive. I switched the cable into the other side of the port and switched the optical drive to the other one, because that's what I did last time. And that's how, which was what I thought might solve the problem or something, because they were both connected like securely both times, and I think I just accidentally ripped it out, or it was the cable wasn't even securely holding it anyway. So when I just pulled it out, it just came right out. But even when I found one, even when I connected it securely and all that, it still wasn't doing anything. And well, here I thought, well, when I turned it back on and came back and found that it was updating, that, well, I thought, well, maybe it was the cable. But then that's when I found that I didn't even reconnect this. So here I put it on halfway when it was updating, and then that's when it just blinky blinked 3 times and went off again. And then so I turned it on again to let it finish applying the update, and again while it was on, it still did that again. And then when I took it off again and let it apply, well, I mean, yeah, apply it, it actually fully applied the update, and I found out that it reset everything on my console. I lost everything, all my accounts, all my data, all my games, all my screenshots, all my clips, everything over this little hunk of junk right here that I should have removed a long time ago. And that's crazy, man, because if I just known it was this the whole fucking time, this all could have been prevented. And it's strange because I wouldn't think this would cause an E100 code unless it does the same thing. Not like a driver check to make sure it's the legit one, I mean like the legit card that came with it, but just like to make sure that was even connected and working properly. And since it's probably like bugging out, or like it's, I don't know, I think it's got like new drivers to like legit check if there's any components malfunction. So now if like it finds even something malfunction, even if something as simple as this, it's enough to trigger it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I can get by with putting this little shit back in here. Probably just going to have to get another one. But I can do without this because I don't really need this. But I'm pretty sure if that was the problem, it would still show that error code because it's not connected. So what I think is that it's causing a short in here, or some sort of short that's causing some sort of issue and causing this thing to power off. So what I'm about to do is connect this right now and show you what this does. Give it a few, it's probably gonna do it. It's not gonna show up anything on the screen, it's just gonna turn off what I think. I mean, it might do it, I don't know. Because this is what's leading me to believe that it might not be this card and it might be some other underlying issue. Because if it's sometimes doing this and it's sometimes not, that's scary. And I don't want to leave this motherfucker in here and then put this thing back together after I did all this work to get rid of this issue and then it comes right back. And then again, it could have actually been like corrupt data on the hard drive. And me formatting it or something or removing this faulty ass component might have allowed it to somehow finish the process. I don't know. I really don't. I just know this caused me a major headache. And right now I'm about to just go through and re-download all my games and apps. Well, the ones that I didn't have stored on my external hard drive. And put all my accounts back on there. Hopefully I didn't lose any too good of a clip since was streaming real consistently. So anything good that I did have would be on my YouTube or Twitch. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm about to go do. I'll update you later if this happens again. I mean, it doesn't look like it's happening. It probably would have happened by now, and that's a little bit strange. But that's technology for you. And not because it's an Xbox or anything, and not PlayStation or anything. It's just because some issue or some component or something in here is conflicting, or something on this hard drive is conflicting with this console, or something in here is conflicting with this console and causing a problem. And in all reality, it could be something in there, but I'm pretty sure I know. I mean, it does make a weird noise, it's barely noticeable. You have to be like right up on it to hear it, but I'm pretty sure that's just a normal noise that it makes. But anyway, if I find anything new, I'll update you. And everyone else having this problem, hope